Hi students, welcome to a new class of our English. Today we are going to learn the second module of the lesson Monkey Trouble. At the end of the class, you will be able to read and comprehend the paragraph, to enrich your vocabulary, to encourage compassion for animals, learn and identify countable and uncountable nouns. Dear students, before moving to today's section, let me ask a few questions from what we have learned in the last class. Here is the question. What made the grandfather buy Tutu? What are the other pets grandfather had? So, dear students, if you are able to answer the question, that means you have comprehended the paragraph. If you cannot answer, don't feel bad. Read it again and again. Dear students, shall we start? Take page number 3 from your course book. We are going to start. So, in the last class, we discussed that Grandpa bought a little monkey, namely Tutu. Grandpa have a habit of collecting unusual pets. At first, Grandma didn't allow Grandpa to keep a monkey in home. Finally, she allowed because thinking Tutu is a girl and she will be less naughtier than other because she is a little girl. And we see some kind of jokes or mischievous played by Tutu. Now we can see more about Tutu and how she is troubling the family members and what is happening to her and grandpa. Okay, now we can start. Aunt Ruby had not been informed of Tutu's arrival. We heard loud shrieks from her bedroom and went running to see what was wrong. It was Tutu trying on Ruby's petticoats. They were much too large. Of course, and when Aunt Ruby entered the room, all she saw was a white bundle with no face jumping up and down on the bed. So, in this paragraph, we are going to read about the first meeting of Aunt Ruby and Tutu. Aunt Ruby was not informed about Tutu. So when she entered her room, the family members heard a loud cry from her bedroom. And when they all went to her bedroom to see what was going on or what was wrong, what was they able to see? That was Tutu. He was trying on to wear on Ruby's petticoat. You can see in the textbook that picture. They were too much long. It was very long. And when Aunt Ruby entered the room, all she saw, what did she only saw? A white bundle with no face jumping up and down on the bed. By saying this, Aunt Ruby thought that some kind of ghost is there, so she started to scream loud. Now we can start with page number 4. All of you turn your page. Then Uncle Banji complained that his hairbrush was missing. We found Tutu standing herself on the back veranda using the hairbrush to scratch her armpit. I took it from her and gave it back to Uncle Banji. I also said sorry to him, but he threw the brush away. Tutu doesn't have fleas, I said. No, and she bathed more often than Banji. said grandfather, who had borrowed on Ruby's shampoo to give Tutu a bath. The day grandfather had to visit Meerut to collect his railway pension, he decided to take Tutu and me along. To prevent Tutu from moving about on train, she was carried inside a large black traveling bag. Grandfather and I paid for our seat and we took Tutu along as a hand baggage. There was enough space for Tutu to look out of the bag and to be fed banana and biscuits, but she could not get her hands through the opening or bite open the bag. Tutu stayed in the bag as far as Meerut. But while grandfather was showing our ticket at the turnstile, she suddenly poked her head out of the bag and grinned widely at the ticket collector. So here we are going to stop our today's class. Now we can have a look what happened. One day when Uncle Banji complained that his hairbrush was missing, what did we saw? We saw that Tutu was sunning herself. Sunning means sitting or lying in the sun. She was sunning herself on the back veranda of their house, and she was using the hairbrush to scratch her armpit. Scratch, you know what is scratch? Scratch and win. So scratch her armpit. Armpit. What do you mean by armpit? A picture is shown. I will show you what is armpit. I took it from her and gave it back to Uncle Banji. I also said sorry to him because Tutu have took his hairbrush. No, so I saw her sorry to him. But what did Uncle Banji do? He threw away the hairbrush. When I saw Uncle Banji throwing the hairbrush, I go near him and say, Tutu doesn't have fleas. Fleas means some kind of animal, small insect which drink the blood of animal and which can spread diseases. So here he is telling that Tutu is not having any diseases because of he is not having a flea on his skin. When grandpa saw this, grandpa is saying, no, she is not having any flea. Not only that, she bathes more often than Banji. She is taking a bath more than Banji, said grandfather, who had borrowed on Ruby's shampoo to give Tutu a bath. Here, grandpa borrowed the shampoo of on Ruby to give Tutu a nice bath. The day grandfather had to visit Meerut to collect his railway pension. What did grandpa decided? To take Tutu and the boy along with him to prevent Tutu from moving about on the train, to make sure that Tutu is not disturbing others and she is not moving in the train. She was carried inside a large bag. In the photo, in the page number 5, a photo is there. In that, you can see in the hands of grandpa, a bag is there. You can see the head of Tutu in that. So, she was carried in a bag like that. Grandpa and I paid for our seat and we took Tutu along as a hand luggage. We gave the ticket collector the money for our seat and we get in. There was enough space for Tutu to look out of the bag. Enough space were there and to feed, to give food like banana and biscuit space was there. But she could not get her hands through the opening. She cannot get her hands out of that and she cannot bite open the bag zip. Like that, the condition of the bag was like that. She cannot move her hands but she can see everything and she can we can give food to the monkey also. Tutu stayed in the bag as far as Meerut. She was there in the bag till Meerut. But while grandpa was showing our ticket at the turnstile, turnstile means A gate with arms which can move and let only one person pass at a time. Here, when we turnstile is there in page number 5 in the picture behind of that ticket collector, you can see that turnstile. She suddenly poked her head. What did she do at that time? She suddenly put her head out of the bag and grinned widely at the ticket collector. Grinned means to smile widely. She showing all her teeth. She started to grin at the ticket collector. So, dear students, we are stopping here. We will be discussing the next section in our next class. Let's listen to a few words which you have learned today. First word, shrieks. The meaning is utter a high pitched, piercing sound or words, especially as an expression of terror, pain, or excitement. Here, when Ruby saw Tutu jumping in her bed as a white bundle, she thought of something else and she started to shriek. Sunning herself, sitting and laying in the sun. Here you can see a monkey is lying on the beach and it is sunning herself. So this is called sunning. Armpit. Armpit means a hollow under the arm at the shoulder. Here arrow mark is shown. That place of us is called armpit. Fleas, a small insect which drink the blood of animals and can spread diseases. Fleas mean small insect which drink blood of animal and can spread diseases. The picture of a flea is given here. Turnstile, a gate with arms which can move and let only one person pass at a time. You have seen this in so many malls, metro stations like that. So turnstile. Now let us ask me some question. Whatever things you have learned today, can we recollect it? What do you think happened to Uncle Banshee's hairbrush? Second question. Where did they take Tutu one day? Next question. What precaution had grandfather taken to ensure her safety? So students, I hope you all are having an answer for this question. Let's move on to the next part of today's class. We are moving with activity of our lesson. Today we are going to learn about nouns. What is a noun? Noun is a naming word. Name of a person, a place, a thing, an animal, or an idea can be called noun. Today we are going to learn about different types of noun. How can we identify the different type of noun? What are the speciality of each noun? Do you have any guess? What are the different type of noun? Yes, I know you all know. What is it? First one may be common noun, proper noun, abstract noun, collective noun, countable nouns, and uncountable nouns. So, these are important types of nouns and the type of nouns which we are going to learn today. So, let's start with common nouns. A common noun names a general person, place, thing, or idea. It does not refer to something specific. Here you can see cat, house, shoe. They are not having any special name. The names which we use in common is called common nouns. What is a proper noun? A proper noun names a specific person, place, thing, or idea. It refers to a name of a noun. See, when in the last, when we are discussing common noun, same picture was shown. But what is the difference here? First, for the picture one, we just simply call cat, but the name is Flex. It's a special name, so it is called proper noun. Next one, White House. It's a special name of this one, so it is called a proper noun. A picture of shoe was here and the name is given Nike. Nike is the special name or brand name of a special company. So, what is the difference between a common noun and a proper noun? Common nouns means the names which we can use in common. Proper noun means the specific name of animals, place, or thing. Now let's read about abstract or concrete nouns. Here, concrete nouns, something you can preserve with your five senses: taste, feel, hear, smell, and see. They are called concrete nouns. What do you mean by abstract noun? Something you cannot preserve any of your five senses. We cannot see them, we cannot taste them, we cannot feel it, we cannot smell it, but we can only feel it. Hungry. Hungry is abstract noun. We cannot see hunger, we cannot smell hunger, but we can feel it. Happy, sad, courage. All these are example of abstract noun. We cannot see all this thing, but we can feel and we can understand it. So, concrete nouns means the things which we can touch with our five sense organ. Abstract noun means something we cannot touch with our sense organ, but the things which we are able to feel. Next, we are moving with collective nouns. What is a collective noun? Collective nouns are words used to mean a group of collection. And the name itself, it's very clear. Collective nouns means collection of something. For example, instead of saying a group of books, in collective noun we can say a library of books. Instead of saying a group of flowers, we can say a bunch of flowers. When we are talking about some things in a group, we use collective noun. Here we can see some more examples for collective nouns. On your screen, you can see some examples of collective noun. Some groups of things also have their own special collective noun. A bunch of banana, a cluster of grapes, a bunch of flower, a banquet of rose, a range of mountain, a fleet of ships, a fleet of vehicles, a deck of card, a flight of steps, a suite of rooms, a suite of furniture, a set of stool, a string of beads, a group of trees. So these all are a few examples of collective noun. Next, we are going to learn about countable nouns and uncountable nouns. What is a countable noun? Very simple, you all know. A countable nouns are noun we can count. An apple, two apple, three apple. Here apple is a countable noun because we can count apples. Okay, so let us see some more Facts about countable noun. A countable noun always have a singular and a plural noun. We use a, an or the in front of a countable nouns. Here they are having both singular and plural forms. Apple, apples. We can say an apple, 3 apples, 10 apples, 1 apple, isn't it? So here for countable noun we are having a plural as well as a singular form. Now let's see what is about uncountable noun. Uncountable noun are the noun which we cannot count. Here, milk is an uncountable noun because we cannot count milk. Emily drink milk every morning. She loves milk. You all know that we cannot count milk. They have only a singular form. Countable noun will be only having a singular form. You will be having a doubt. How can we count or quantify an uncountable noun? For uncountable noun, we use a unit of measurement. In order to count or measure uncountable noun, we are using a unit of measurement. 2 loaves of bread, 2 slices of bread, all these are examples of measuring or counting an uncountable noun. When we are taking the thing about milk, we cannot say 1 milk, 2 milk. Instead, we can see and say a jug of milk, a glass of milk. Now, let's learn more about verbs. What is a verb? A verb is a word that show action. Action words are called verbs. Here the word jumping, sleeps, eats are verbs because when we hear this we have to do some action. You can show jumping, sleeping, eating. So an action word is called verb. An action words are called verbs. A verb describe the action in a sentence. Once again, the doing word is called verb. Examples are here. I play football. They skip quickly. We eat spaghetti. Bob is 7 today. Here, the highlighted words are example of verb. So, what is a verb? The action words or the doing word is called verb. Once again, what is a verb? Verb are the action words which helps us to tell what the person is doing. Shall we move on to the next one? What is a subject? A subject indicates who or what performs action of a sentence. So this is very important in a sentence. A subject, what, who is it about? In the sentence, what or who is it about? Sam like coffee. Who is it about? Sam. Amy eats a cake. Who is it about? Amy. So here Sam and Amy are subject. Subject perform the action of a sentence. Here Sam and Amy is performing some actions. What is an object? The direct object who or what is receiving the action. A direct object is a noun, pronoun or word group that tells who or what receives the action of the sentence. Here, some examples are given. Let's go through it in our textbook. Once again, direct object is a noun, pronoun or word group that tells who or what receive the action. Who is receiving the action? Okay. Dear students, in your course book, page number 8, there is a small activity. I'm going to give it as a homework. Underline the subject and circle the object in the sentence. She has found the earring. One example is given there. Here, she is underlined. That means it is the subject. What or who is it about? This is about that girl, she. And next, the earrings are circled. Why is it circled? Because it is the object in the sentence. Here, it tells about who or what is receiving the action. So she is the subject and the earrings is the object. Like that, you have to complete the following questions given in your course book. So dear students, with this homework, today's class have come to an end. I hope you all understand today's section. Thank you students. Thank you for listening. Hope you to meet again with another new class of our English. Thank you, students. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day. Bye.